Hi, good evening all. Welcome to Stock Market Institute Market Wrap-Up. This is Kishore here. The markets had a good day today. Sensex went up by 174.29 points and the same closed at 52,474.76. Nifty went up by 61.6 points and the same closed at 15,799.35, mainly led by the IT as well as the metal stocks. The news for the day: FDA says additional clinical trial data is required for us to make Covaxin a approved dosage or the jab. The Bharat Biotech, which is a manufacturing company, says that the same vaccination is being used by 14 countries and 50 other countries are in process of approving it. So we are already done a lot of tests and it is proved to be a working one. Apart from this, banks to charge rupees 21 for every cash withdrawal from the ATM after the free limit is being used. Till now, it was 20 rupees per transaction, but from 1st January 2022, it will be 21 rupees. Plus, for non-financial transaction also, the prices will be changed, which is again under negotiation. So once that is decided, you will get to see. The severe blow for the reality sector. 95% of the developers fear that more of the projects would get delayed thanks to the COVID second wave. At the same time, increasing the commodity price like iron, steel, and aluminum and copper are the ones which will add to the woes. Apart from this, Yes Bank board approves fundraising up to 10,000 crores via debt securities. However, the shareholders' nod is necessary, which probably would be floated within a span of a few days. There are 7 IPOs that are coming in month of June alone. Dudla, Sham Metallics, Comstar, and many other things. But we just have to see how it would fare. The total money that would be collected through this IPO is approximately 10,000 crores. So we'll have to see what will happen. Top gainer for the day is Tata Steel, which went up by 3.94% and the same closed at 1,158.35. Top loser for the day is L&T, which went down by 1.07% and it closed at 1,503.45. Gold has gone down by 13 rupees for every 10 grams, and the same is right now trading at 49,185. Silver right now trading at 72,495 for every 1 kilo, has gone up by 496. USD has gone down by 1 paise, and the same is right now trading at 73 rupees 70 paise. Euro has gone down by 16 paise, and the same is trading at 88 rupee 96 paise. Petrol and diesel prices continue to go up, and it's a record high. A lot of cities in India have seen petrol prices crossing 102. Today it has gone up by 30 paise, both petrol and diesel. Crude oil again has gone up by 26 rupees, and the same is right now trading at 5,116 rupees. The technical chart shows strength in the market, but however, because market reaching lifetime high, people may think about booking profits. So be cautious. So with this, we come to end, not exactly end. We come to a different segment altogether, wherein we have a guest today with us, Mr. Nihal Bateja, who is CEO of Red Launch Wealth Management or Red Launch Capital. So he is here to answer 5 of the questions which has been sent by the audience. Hi Nihal.
Hi, how are you doing?
All good. How about you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Yeah. So all set for the questions?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for having me on this, program. Yeah.
Yeah. Markets have hit all-time high, and bull run seems to be continuing. Your views on the same? What do you think would happen?
Yeah, I think the markets have had a spectacular rally, and I believe that this is largely on two factors. One is that there's definitely more liquidity in the global markets, so a lot of cheap money, running behind high returns and emerging markets like India. And the other important thing is also that the retail participation has also been very good, has been buoyant, and I think that tone sets to continue. I believe that as the next two to three quarter results come in, I think market will continue the trend, and it looks resilient so far. It's not giving up gains, so hope the party continues.
Okay, that's good. The next question we have is: a lot of unicorns and startups are filing for IPOs. What do you think your view on this is?
I think it's fantastic to see a lot of unicorns coming in and finally entering the capital market from by way of raising capital from the public. I think it's a good thing. It'll invoke a lot of interest by retail investors in these companies. And raising money is one thing, and or rather, raising money does not generally guarantee growth, right? So where this money gets utilized, how it gets utilized, and what are the next plans for these companies will determine their growth and future prospects. But it's a very good thing that they are coming forward, and the regulator is actually allowing certain companies who are actually not even making net profits to actually come and participate in the market. It'll increase regulation on these businesses. It'll be more, these businesses will eventually become more transparent. And I think it's a good opportunity for a lot of retail investors also to take positions and to buy shares of such companies. So all in all, I think it's a very good thing, and we will wait to see how these basically how this IPOs basically result in future prospects of these companies is yet to be determined. So we'll wait and watch that space.
Okay. The next question is, last quarter, whatever we are seeing right now, because of pandemic, lockdown, and other things, every other company would give bad results. The next quarter, because of unlocking and COVID taking back seat, do you think market would rebound and it is a good time for investments?
Yes, so it's a given thing that in the last in this current quarter, right? There have been partial lockdowns in many parts of India, and as we are from Karnataka, we are seeing continued lockdown here. It's only that I think Maharashtra and Delhi have opened up and reduced the curbs on movement of people and opening of businesses, etc. So I think large part of India will continue to have lockdowns for the next few weeks, maybe until things open up, and that is definitely going to have an impact on certain businesses in terms of what is the capacity at which certain business operate. So it's a given thing that yes, there will be uh, some sort of a downtrend which we will see in terms of quarterly numbers reported by companies, but I think one quarter will not determine a lot of change in the way we look at businesses, especially. And also in the next quarter we could see there could be a lot of pent up demand which would be coming in, maybe in terms of in the hospitality industry, or maybe in terms of the automotive industry. So we could also see some increase in consumption happening. So looking at businesses, I think that there are a lot of businesses that look attractive even in this market, and as things look to open up, I think these sectors and these businesses will get even more interesting going forward. So we will definitely be not considering just one quarterly result to be a deterrent in the market, but then we look at continued growth in terms of how these companies perform over the next few years.
That's good. The next question, your views on cryptocurrency. And RBI is still not making it legal. So a lot of Indians have a lot of questions with regard to this. I think
Yes.
everywhere you go, people would be asking this question, I believe.
Well, absolutely. I think that's the talk of the town, right? Cryptocurrency. How do I get, and what do I do? Is it safe? Is it going to make me good money and things like that? So as investment goes, right, we have a very different view from how we look at cryptos. So cryptos are good to allocate your speculative capital, right? So what is speculative capital? Speculative capital isn't your investment capital. It is largely to do with money that you want to set aside, and otherwise would use the same kind of money in a casino, or play a race or something like that, or using that same quantum of money for betting. Since in this entire lockdown and things like that, people aren't allowed to go out and live these things. So if you really want to play crypto, I think put your speculative capital into it, no harm. But I'll tell you one thing about how financial markets usually work. So unlike in a theater, if there is a fire, you can just leave your seat and run, right? You'll run to the emergency exit. But in capital markets or in financial markets, you can't do the same. You'll have to first find a replacement for your seat, and only then you can take an exit. So, because there's always a counterparty, right? So, when you sell, there always has to be a buyer, and vice versa. So from that point of view, that cryptos are a very different game. So they are a pure demand supply game. And I don't see a lot of countries coming forward and accepting it, because they lose their own home currency advantage then. So I believe this game is going to play around for some time. And why this is also becoming a little more popular is because the more people know about it, the more demand builds. So it's good for the existing investors in crypto if new buyers want to come in, or they have to lure the new buyers coming in, right? So obviously there has to be more articles written on it, more news, and more advertising of this being done. Only then people will buy. So the existing guys can only sell if somebody is there or the other end waiting to buy this at a much higher price. Only then they will make profits. Otherwise, there's no underlying asset, right, which is going to be securing this or anything like that. So it's all a no sum game in my view. So if somebody wants to just go ahead, I think moving forward into putting some money in crypto could be just from the point of view of your speculative capital, rather than looking at as an investment option in our view.
Okay. Uh, the fuel prices have been going up. I don't know who is actually consuming fuel in this lockdown, but still government is continuously increasing it. So your view on fuel price going up and causing more inflation?
Yeah, I think fuel prices have been on a constant rise, right, from the last many years now. So it just doesn't stop. So I think our view when it comes to the inflation is that it's not going to change the fundamental inflation factor too much. Of course, it will be a contributor to the rise in inflation, but I think that we are looking forward to a good monsoon season now. And as to what we hear from the Met Department, that this is going to be a good monsoon season, and hopefully we won't see as much as a price rise in a lot of other commodities. When I'm talking about commodities, I mean agricultural commodities, which will have a good season hopefully. So keeping that in mind, I think that this could be a short-lived thing. And mostly a lot of governments should come up and definitely tone down the prices of fuel from in our domestic markets. I think that can be done to a large extent. And there was a lot of news about bringing fuel prices and or bringing fuel in the gambit of GST, which I don't know when that would happen. But then I think if that too happens, there will be some cooling off in prices. So it's very amazing to see how the global crude oil price situation has also changed, which is the underlining factor of the rising crude prices in India too. So hopefully if that cools down as well, we will see some solace there. But at this point in time, I don't think from an India perspective it will change the inflation numbers too much. So hopefully we have a good monsoon, as it is forecasted by the Met Department, and hopefully agriculture prices don't rise too fast. So so by that way it can balance out, and we will still have our inflation under control.
Okay. We did not see any comments or questions from the audience. However, we'll see. Any other thing that you feel it is very important for investors or traders to know from your point of view
Well,
in
I
this
think at
pandemic
this point,
situation?
yeah, I think at this point in time, I think we should definitely look at a couple of things. One is definitely to watch out on your portfolio and see if you are overexposed to a certain asset class or not. So practice good asset allocation techniques. And with the sudden rise in the markets that we've seen over the last few months, it is also a good opportunity to rebalance the asset allocation in your portfolio. So if you think you are overweight equity or underweight equity, it could be a good time to rebalance and reassess that, and bring it to an appropriate allocation. So I think that's something that we should look at doing regularly. And there's also a good opportunity for a lot of us to maybe book some partial profits and readjust allocation to equities. So if we are overweight equities, that is, yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks. Nice having you on our market wrap up this week. So let's see how it will happen. And we would want you on more such market wrap ups week on week, at least every Fridays.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nihal. Have a great day. Do like and subscribe the channel and share the videos amongst your friends so that more people can get to learn and they can earn. Take care, be safe, happy weekend. I think there is one comment. Okay. Yeah.